All right. We are starting our second video of this journey. So our what this video is gonna be about is Adventureland, which has the shortest amount of movies, 12 movies. So yeah, here's my girlfriend again. Let her say hi.
Hello, my name's Jennifer.
Oriani. Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna start off with The Little Mermaid, 1989, and we're revolving this around The Little Mermaid's Ariel's undersea adventure. Um, she was only 16 in this movie.
She was?
Yeah. Um, they make her look older, which is kind of oof. And so yeah, she already thinks she's all grown up and everything. She's like, I'm not a kid anymore.
She was literally the youngest out of all the sisters, though. I would expect that the older sisters would be able to guide her and be like, what the heck are you doing? Like, you, she turned her own father into a shrimp. Like, where are her sisters in this? And why didn't they, like, I don't know, tell her not to do that?
Yeah. Also, I think it's dumb that, like, I don't know. Can they read and write? Because she didn't write anything to the prince.
I mean, she didn't even know what a fork was, so I don't know if she knows what a pencil is. Or, well, like, what type of writing or... I don't know. Like, I don't know what the similar thing would be as a fish to write. Would it be, like, in the sand? In the...
Well, the what's his name? Sebastian? He has like a music sheet, so he could read music.
Oh, yeah, you're right. So she could just run her name down and wrote, like, what was happening and handed him a paper. I don't know.
Yeah. Have you seen posters of the sea creatures in the new remake of the movie?
I have not. The movie itself just it looks weird to me. Like it looks like it's supposed to be like if they're underwater, but they're not. If that makes sense.
Well, obviously they're not underwater.
Well, yeah, but like they could have made it seem like they were. Like I just feel like they're in a room that has like a screen or lights that would be like, oh, if they're underwater, this is what it would look like. But like they're not actually like you can tell when someone is in water because they look wet, they look, in water, and not like I don't know. The remake looks like they're just in a place with no. It looks like there's air instead of water around them.
Yeah, the fish looks ridiculous. Sebastian and Flounder. And yeah, like I said, Disney needs to stop with these remakes. Yeah, it's getting tiring, especially when it comes to like creatures and stuff like that, like the Lion King. You can't tell anything about their facial expressions because they're animals.
Yeah, why can't they just come up with new stuff? Like leave that in the past. Don't touch it. The original ones are always the better ones, anyways. Like just come up with something new instead of.
Yeah, they're classics for a reason. I mean, they should make remakes of Atlantis
Yes.
or Treasure Island.
Yes. That one they should.
I think that one would definitely be a good remake, but in a live action form. And to our second film, Guardians of the Galaxy, 2014. So we're basing this one off around the Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout. Once you get to Adventureland, so I've only been to Adventureland once, and once you get into like waiting in line, you're gonna see all the stuff from the first movie of the collector's little collection, and it's pretty cool. You see a bunch of little different Easter eggs, some things from Avengers and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's really cool. I'm excited.
Yes, I'm excited to see it again. They had an incredible soundtrack, great music, my type of music and my dad's type of music that we always listen to. And I have the soundtrack for them on vinyl for the first one and the second one. Both pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh, and then Rip Stanley. Do you remember the part he came out in?
Yeah, he was like with some other alien girl, right?
Yeah, he was talking to some alien girl, and then Rocket was making fun of him and stuff like that.
I don't remember that. What did Rocket say?
He was like, "Oh, look at this old man trying to talk to this girl."
Oh.
The new movie has already been out already. We just haven't had the time to go see it yet.
No, which you said we're gonna go watch, but we never do.
Yeah, we are. We're gonna watch it at some point, or we just wait till it comes out on Disney Plus. And I think this version of the team is a new updated version. Like, this isn't the original team. I don't think so, but I can't remember what the original team was.
No. Well, I liked it.
Yeah, what was your favorite part?
I think my favorite part was when Rocket told Star-Lord to go get that guy's leg, and he didn't really need it.
Oh yeah, the jailbreak scene.
Yeah. And he was like, I need this, and that guy's leg. And he's like, okay. And he grabs it, and he's like, I was just kidding. I don't need the guy's leg.
I definitely like this one better than the second movie.
I don't know. I like both.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like some of the characters are a little more dumb in the second one, but it's still good. Oh, and also, if you watched, what is it? No, not watch. So if you look at the actors, the actor that plays Star-Lord's mom also comes out in Captain America: The First Avenger as a girl who goes to ask for an autograph. And then in Hulk, She-Hulk show, Bruce Banner confirms with She-Hulk that he had intercourse during his tour, and some people think that Star-Lord's grandma or grandpa is Captain America.
Wait, what?
Yeah. You haven't seen She-Hulk yet.
I have not, so I don't know. But that's crazy, the connection.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. And to our third film, Inside Out 2015. And we're basing this around the Inside Our Emotional Whirlwind, which I don't think it's like a huge ride. I think it's like a little kid's ride, but we're still going to ride that.
Oh my gosh. Did you ride it the last time you were there?
No.
Oh, okay, so you don't know.
I don't know. We kind of skipped all like the little things. We were kind of in a rush to get everywhere because we bought tickets for both Disneyland and Adventureland. We're not making that same mistake this time because now it's one day Adventureland, one day Disneyland.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds like a better plan.
Yeah. Anyways, this movie I have not seen for a long time. I think I've only seen it like once.
What? I've seen this at least 10 times. 10 or 11 times.
Yeah. Nah, like I said, I think it's like once or twice. It's definitely a good one. Pixar always comes out with hits.
Yeah, it's my favorite. And what's her name? Sadness. She's definitely my favorite.
So the voice actress for her comes out in the movie, in the show, The Office. You know who I'm talking about?
Yeah. I don't remember her name, but I know who you're talking about because she sounds just like her. Like I can picture it.
I forgot her name. Oh man. Oh well. Credits to her.
Okay.
Anyway, did you notice that in the parents' head, they're leading emotions?
I did not notice that. I watched this so many times, and I can tell you what the whole movie's about, but details like that, I feel like I always miss because I'm not paying attention to them.
Well, the leading emotion in the mom's was sadness, and in the dad's it was anger.
Oh yeah, I do remember the scene where the mom's trying to figure out what's wrong with the kid, and he's and the emotions in her head are signal the dad, and then they just switch it over to the guy from the beach or something.
Yeah, that I think it was Brazilian helicopter guy or something like that.
Yes, yeah.
And then it was signal to the dad, and the dad's just watching soccer in his head.
Sounds like a typical family.
Why didn't you just put the core memories? I don't know if they ever answered this question. Why didn't you just put the core memories into the vacuum thing that sends it straight to headquarters?
Right. Why didn't they go through there? They see that towards the end of whenever they're finally going back to the headquarters, they see they're oh, we could go through there. But at least the guys that they bumped into that work there, and they send the one that's the music that is annoying that gets stuck in their head. At least they should have been oh, just go through the two. Just go through here.
Yeah, don't they recognize that their emotions and stuff like that? They're pretty important.
Right. And then do they have emotions in their head?
That's also a good point. Yeah, I don't know. It's
Because
something to think about.
because Joy felt sad, and so that's an emotion within within
And an emotion.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. We can't speak Pixar when we get there.
Okay.
Just go straight to the studios. Oh, when we're watching these movies, I'm gonna point out these characters to you. John Ratzenberger is an actor. He's come out in every single Pixar film. He's like, I think they're Lucky Charm. He plays one of those little squishy looking things, like one of the workers.
Like the ones that are collecting or throwing away the memories?
Yeah, I think he plays one of those.
Oh. See, I didn't even notice that.
Or no, I know he plays one of those. I just forgot which one he plays.
Okay.
But yeah, he comes out in every... I'm going to point him out to you in every film.
I think you did point him out. I think you said that it's the one that turned the machine on again. And then they started turning into shapes.
Maybe? I don't know. I just know he's in there.
Okay.
On to the next film, The Incredibles, from 2004. And this one's based off the Incredicoaster. Have you seen the second one yet?
Of The Incredibles? Actually, I don't think so.
Okay. Whenever you watch the second one, never watch them like back to back, because, well, obviously one is like a lot older than the other one. You know, came out more than a decade after. Well, the animation is different, as in like it's newer, and Dash was replaced, like his voice actor was replaced, because Dash was voiced by a little kid back then, and now he doesn't sound like a little kid. You know, he's grown and everything.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I don't think I've watched the second one.
Yeah, well, the first one's definitely better. The first one's always better. Oh, and I think it was cool that the ideals of Mr. Incredible and Elastigirl changed in the movie. So in the beginning, the dad was like, "Yeah, I'm done. You know, I kind of wish they take care of themselves." And Elastigirl's like, "Come on, I'm gonna stay in this game the whole time." You know. And then later in the future, the mom's like, "No, we gotta settle down, take care of the kids," while the dad's like revisiting his glory days, and that's, you know, how he got into this whole situation.
Yeah, that was pretty interesting. They humanized the heroes. Like they made them seem more realistic and more like ordinary people than how you'll always see like heroes in movies.
See, I really like this take of superheroes, because now we see the actual consequences of certain heroes like actions. You know, when it came to what was it, Avengers? No, Captain America: Civil War. We got to see the consequences of their actions and stuff like that.
Yeah, and was that the one where what was it? The blip? Is that what it was?
No. That was Infinity War.
Infinity War. But
Infinity
we
War
also
Endgame.
saw the effects of that, because like whenever the kid grew up and people were gone for 5 years, and how they dealt with it, as well as was it also them? Oh no, I think it was the one that you're talking about first.
Civil War.
Yeah, with the banks. Like the banks weren't even loaning them like a loan or something.
Oh no, that was Falcon and the Winter Soldier. That was the show.
Well, see, it comes up in multiple movies where it kind of like makes him seem more like ordinary and
More realistic stuff,
Yeah.
more consequences and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like I was saying, from the Civil War, you know, they have to fill out the Soviet Accords. The Accords, where they have to suffer the consequences of their actions and stuff like that. Which I think some of the stuff was not good reasoning, but anyways, but like in this one, Mr. Incredible tried to stop the train from crashing.
Saved the
He
guy.
saved them, but still got
Saved the guy that wanted to commit suicide, and then he got a lawsuit because the guy wanted to die.
Yeah, and then after that, like a bunch of other lawsuits were happening with superheroes and stuff like that, and yeah, I mean, I kind of like that take, but what I don't understand is that why would they put, I don't know, somebody like Mr. Incredible in insurance?
What do you mean?
Like, the government gave him his job and kind of set him up this whole situation. Why not make him like a firefighter or something more suited to his, you know, his character, still being a hero, but not a superhero.
That's true. Maybe because they wanted to hide their identities better. Because so after the lawsuit that he got, which was I think pretty dumb because he was literally saving someone's life, I feel like a lot of people started to hate the superheroes because they're like, oh yeah, they caused this damage and they caused that, and because of him this happened, and now my car is broken or whatever. And so I feel like if they know who he was, like his identity, he would probably not live like a more like that comfortable life, because he would always be like either people would like not like him and go after him, or like fangirling as well. Like once you're in the spotlight, it can get kind of like hard to live a normal life, and he probably wanted to give his kids a normal life too.
Yeah, he wanted to give him. Well, no, because even in the show, he was like, well, not in the show. The movie, he was yelling at his wife about, hey, if you want my kids to do something special, let them try for sports, something like that. And the mom's like, no, they have to hide their abilities and stuff like that.
Well, yeah, that's the whole thing of like them trying to live a normal life. Like the mom was like basically like didn't want them to be in the spotlight or be treated the way they were treated when they were superheroes and known as superheroes. And she was probably trying to protect them that way.
Yeah. Oh, did you also notice in the background of the wedding, it was all the dead superheroes that Edna was saying?
You pointed that out. That was sad.
Yeah, it sucks. No capes.
No kips.
Oh, and John Ratzenberger in this movie is the Underminer.
Is that the guy you just talked about last?
Yeah, in the last one. The one who comes out in every Pixar film.
Yeah. Wait, he was who?
The Underminer. The one who comes out in the end of the movie. Where it's like, I am the Underminer.
He looked like a mole coming out of the ground.
Yeah, that guy.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that was him in that one. Next up is Cars from 2006. This one has 3 rides: Luigi's Rockin' Roadsters, Mater's Junkyard Jamboree, and I think the big one of this ones are Radiator Springs Racers.
Ooh, that I'm really excited for. Cars has always been one of my favorites. I remember always watching it as a kid.
The first one was my favorite. I never really enjoyed the other ones, and I didn't even see the third one.
Yeah, I don't think I ever saw the other ones either, but the first one I definitely saw more than once.
And before I forget, John Ratzenberg in this film is Mac. He's the truck driver one.
He is? Oh, that's so cool.
And so, when watching this film, don't think too hard about how life exists. And, like, especially how Mater lives in a junkyard full of car parts.
Oh, yeah, because that's weird. Like, that's, a graveyard of, like, if you think of it like humans, it's human parts.
But yeah, you can't even think about it like human parts, or else, yeah, it becomes, like, a lot darker than that.
Yeah. And, like, when the insects are also cars?
Yeah, the insects and the animals are also cars.
That's so weird. I guess everything is just cars. Everything is one organism.
Yeah, I don't know. There's this thing called the Pixar theory, which it's a lot to get into in this right now.
Yeah. It gets really confusing when you start to actually think of how everything works. Maybe we shouldn't think about that.
Yeah, okay. Well, we'll stop thinking about that. But, what did it say? Oh, and then Doc. Unfortunately, he did pass away after this movie. So he never came out in the other ones.
Oh, I didn't even know that. So.
Yeah, I really like his character. He was pretty cool.
Yeah, he was very, like, wise man. Wise car.
And then I saw this one thing where it's like, it's the same story as Thor 1. Where this self-involved person ends up in the desert, abandoned and alone. To himself, surrounded by weird people. And then he later, along that journey, finds a girl he falls in love with, and also learns to not be so self-involved.
But, like, was Thor really self-involved?
Oh, yeah. You don't remember watching that one? He was so self-involved.
Oh, I guess.
He was a child.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really like the first one, the first Cars movie compared to the second one, because the second one he's not him. Mater's a spy in the second one.
Yeah, it was all just weird. Like they made the movie like they carried it on like I feel like they took it in a whole different direction than what most people thought it would go. Like nobody thought it was just gonna go to Mater being a spy. Like what? he's from a junkyard.
I like some of the little shorts though. Oh, I also had the video game. I never got to finish it though.
No, I think I had a video game too. I just really liked it. I would watch it all. Oh, I remember my brother had a carpet that was like designed like the like cars, like the little. It had a pathway, like the town that they lived in, and then the carpet came with the like little figurines. It was really cool.
That's cool. My game was on PS2, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that sounds like fun.
Yeah, but I was a kid, so I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't have the same, you know, like, I don't know, like a little kid controlling controls. They don't know how to control it. They don't know what they're doing.
It's probably all sticky and broken.
No, I took care of my stuff.
Okay.
All right, and for the next one, Monsters, Inc., 2001. The same year that I was born.
2001. You're a baby.
I sure am. Anyways, this one's evolved around Monsters, Inc., Mike and Sully to the rescue. There is a bit of continuity error. So what was it? You know the sequel. It takes place at university, and that's where they met. But in the first movie, they say they met in the 4th grade.
I mean, maybe they did meet in the 4th grade and then it got closer in college.
No, I mean, have you seen the second one?
No.
See, you don't know. Anyways,
But it's possible. It's possible that that's what happened. And I remember a scene where they're going to college, but I thought they were going to college like already as besties. Like they didn't meet at college. They went to college together.
no, in the second one, they meet at college.
I don't think so.
You haven't seen the second one, so what do you know?
Okay.
Anyways, let me get this out of the way. John Ratzenberg in this one is the abominable snowman.
What? That's crazy.
Yeah, and I think he comes out in the second one. I don't think he was banished at that point. I think he was like in the mailman room or something.
He was banished?
Yeah, you don't remember? He was banished.
Why was he banished?
I forgot why. But he was banished with the Loch Ness Monster and Bigfoot.
Oh, no. I thought you were talking about like the actual actor was like banished.
No, the
Pixar.
snowman was.
No, I thought you were saying he was banished from Pixar. I was like, what did he do? Okay, never mind.
No. It was just his character was banished. Oh, also Jesse and Nemo were in Boo's room when they went in.
Oh, I didn't even see that. Were they like drawn somewhere?
No, there were toys.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Nemo was like a stuffed animal or something like that.
I do remember seeing them like there was a drawing by the door and it meant something, but I don't remember what it is now.
No. I think the drawing was them, wasn't it? Was Kitty and Boo.
Oh yeah, I do think so.
Also, how do monsters discover how to hop dimensions?
That's a good question.
Then how do they figure out that screams were a good way to make energy?
Right, like what? And then what were they trying to do? Kidnap kids for their screams? Like, excuse me?
Yeah, they were gonna like drain them from their screams and everything.
That is so like morbid.
Yeah, that's why they were arrested, and that's why. What's his name again? Oh my god, why would I forget this guy's name? The lizard. Well, the lizard got sent to Florida.
He's not a lizard. He's like a salamander.
Same thing, reptile thing.
That is not the same thing.
Same thing. They got a tail. They got legs.
Salamanders are like slimy. He seems like someone that would be slimy.
He's a slimy person, but he's not slimy. He's scaly.
No, he slides everywhere.
He slithers.
He's got exactly slithers.
That's how a lizard walks.
No, I would say that he's a salamander.
I'd say he's a lizard. Anyways, he got sent to Florida, and they thought he was a gator.
Oh yeah, he was in that the trailer.
The trailer.
I remember that. See, he's a gator actually.
Yeah. No, he's not a gator. Now the next one up is not a movie but a short. It is Goofy: The Art of Skiing, 1941, and we chose the closest thing, which was, oh, okay. So the ride is Goofy's Sky School. So what I meant by like the closest thing, it was like a tutorial of things, right? So Goofy's teaching us how to ski in the short, and in the ride he's gonna be teaching us how to skydive. Um, what can I say? Goofy's just good. Goofy's just, I don't know, classic cartoon.
Just Goofy being Goofy.
Exactly. I got the Goofy hat.
Yeah, you do.
Um, I thought this is pretty cool. You know, classic 2D animation is all time favorite. Um, the narration was good.
Yeah, and I mean, I didn't really watch Goofy growing up. Where would you even watch that?
I don't know. That is a good question. I mean, like old TV, just like, I don't know.
Wasn't there something called like Looney Tunes or something like that?
Well, Looney Tunes is Warner Brothers, and they had Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck.
Goofy didn't come out.
No, Goofy is Disney, so he's with Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck.
What would that be? Would it be like Disney XD or
No, Disney Channel.
Disney Channel? There was something else. What was it called?
Mickey's Clubhouse.
No, I'm talking about like Disney and Looney Tunes and Nickelodeon. That's what I was thinking.
Well, that has nothing to do with any of them.
Okay, well, I was just trying to think of the other one.
Then he comes out in Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
I think he does. I don't know.
Yeah, he does. He does. Because even Roger was like, "Oh my God, he's a classic," and was like slapping him.
Oh yeah.
He's the master of being goofy.
Yes. Why does Pluto wear a leash and Goofy doesn't?
I don't know. Ask Disney. Because I looked it up. I was like, okay, I've heard he's a dog, but then I also heard he's a cow. And I looked it up, and Google said he's a dog.
He's a cow? He was not a cow.
People say he's a cow.
I thought he was like a horse.
A horse?
Yeah.
Well, I looked it up, okay, to confirm, and he's a dog.
So it's a dog with a pet of a dog. I mean, that makes sense. I'm pretty sure I have 2 dogs. One of them is definitely the pet of the other one.
Well, at least one of them wears clothes.
They both wear clothes.
Your dogs? I was talking about the Goofy. Goofy wears clothes. Pluto doesn't.
Oh, yeah. I was talking about my dogs.
They both wear clothing. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, and there's also a Goofy movie. Have you seen those?
Nope. I didn't even know they existed.
There's 2 of them. There's I forget the names of them. I know they're both Goofy movies. One of them is when his son goes to college, and the other one is the first one where they have a road trip together.
I didn't even know Goofy had a kid. How did he get a kid?
Yeah, he's a kid. His name is Max.
Oh, actually, I do know. Yeah, he's like I think I've seen him as a teenager.
Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting.
All right, and we're combining all 4 movies for this one. Toy Story 1 through 4. This one has the ride Toy Story Midway Mania and Jesse's Critter Carousel.
What are those about?
Well, the first one, Toy Story Midway Mania, it's a shooting one where you go around shooting. Pew, 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 pew. It's like the Buzz Lightyear ride over in Disneyland.
Oh, that's interesting. And then the other one?
Carousel? Well, it's a carousel.
Okay.
Okay, so to get this out of the way again, John Ratzenberger is Ham.
That is crazy. But I thought he was more like side characters. Ham is definitely a main character.
But I mean, like, if you think about it in the context, the first one, he was a side character. It was all about Buzz and Woody.
No. Ham was definitely the main character.
Nah. Did you know they're making a fifth film?
I did not. Wait, I thought the 5th one was when they have the little fork and he says, "Soy basura."
No, that's the 4th one.
Oh, see, I don't think I've even watched all of them.
What you call it? Yeah, and in the 4th one, it's the one with Sporky, which they shouldn't have made the fourth one, but it was now that one kind of like officially concluded their story. You know, Woody's not there no more. Buzz is now in charge.
That was the fourth one?
Yeah, that was the fourth one. That was the last one.
Yeah, the main thing that I took from that was the fork, and definitely that is me. I would throw myself out a window and say, "No, soy basura."
You're not basura.
Yes, I am.
The third one always makes me cry.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one where with the garbage and they're all about to go in, and then Buzz and Jesse are holding hands, and then everybody starts holding hands. They're like, "All right, this is the end," and next, you know, the little kids come out and they're like, "Da claw," and they get them.
Is that what the serial killer, the teddy bear?
He's not a serial killer, but yeah,
He
the teddy bear.
He was trying to kill all of them. What do you mean? He's a murderer.
He is a murderer. He killed these, but he got what was coming to him. He got tied up to the truck and is now eating bugs for the rest of his life.
Yeah, I mean that's also kind of sad though. Like he had an owner too, didn't he? And then he got left behind.
Yeah, but he got left behind, not Baby or the clown.
No.
And he was like, "She just threw us away."
Yeah, he was definitely, what's it called? Manipulative and completely, probably narcissistic too.
Yeah. I love the first three films. Number one is my favorite. No. Number two is my favorite. Number two is my favorite. Then is number one. Then number three.
Okay, remind me again. What's number two?
Number two is the one where Jesse and Bullseye come out, and then Woody gets taken by that one chicken guy.
Oh my gosh, the chicken guy. He had serious issues.
Yeah, he just took Woody, but I mean, I get it. He knows his stuff about Woody. It was like,
Honestly,
you don't know how much Woody's worth.
Honestly, I can see you becoming that guy in the future.
Wow.
Because you are a collector. You collect things, and if you see something that you're like, oh my gosh, that's like worth like so much, like you can't even put a price on it, it would complete my collection.
But I'm not gonna steal anything. I have ethics.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not gonna steal no Woody. I already got a Woody.
Even if you're told that it's not for sale, and then it just gets left magically in your box.
Yes.
Okay.
Anyways, oh, did you know that Woody was supposed to be the original villain of the first film?
I did not, but I can see that happening.
Yeah, you can see it. Like, he's already being an antagonist towards Buzz.
Oh yeah, I mean, but he was also like, scared of being replaced. He's a toy. It happens.
Yeah. And I like their whole responsibility of, being there for the kids all the time and stuff like that.
Oh my gosh, my favorite part is probably when they attack the crazy kid.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, that was like perfect. Like that is the perfect scene of when they all came alive to save and like completely. I mean, the kid deserved it, but he's gonna probably have trauma and grow up with issues. I mean, but he was already gonna grow up with issues.
I think he comes out in the third one as the trash guy, because there's a trash man who has the same shirt that he has.
That doesn't mean that it's the same kid. He's not gonna be wearing the same shirt.
It's cartoons, animation. They always wear the same clothing.
Okay.
Also, I don't know if you noticed this, but in the first film, all the kids that come to Andy's party are the same model of Andy. They're all Andy.
I did not know that. That's actually kind of creepy.
It's very creepy.
Is the mom also Andy?
No, the mom's not also Andy. She's her own model. I don't even think we see the mom. Did we see the mom? I'm pretty sure we see the mom.
Yeah, I think we see the mom. I know we see the mom with the chicken man.
Oh yeah. She comes out in the second one and third one, but
Yeah.
I can't remember seeing her in the first one. I don't know. Okay, and I love seeing the progression of the animation throughout the years.
Oh my gosh, yes. It was the difference from the first one to the fifth one or the fourth one. Completely, that's crazy.
Oh my god,
That
yeah.
is crazy.
Yeah, and you can start seeing like so in the fourth one, you can start noticing bits of, like, let's say Buzz, his stickers are starting to come off and stuff like that. Woody, you can see like the little pelitos from like the ragdoll stuff.
Yeah.
I think that's just incredible. I love Pixar films, especially Toy Story. Toy Story overall is my favorite.
I think all of them are my favorite. I've always enjoyed watching them, and I definitely watch them more than once.
Oh yeah, Toy Story was definitely more than once for me. I had a Woody and Buzz doll that I had since I was a kid, but they got burned in a fire, unfortunately. And my dad bought me new ones, and I still cherish them.
Yeah,
But it's not the same, you know?
Yeah, not the same as the original.
Yeah. Anyways, Toy Story is really good. That's my conclusion.
Yeah.
Alright, last film on the list, Spider-Man Homecoming, 2017. This one's based off of the web slinger, A Spider-Man Adventure. I like to say again, RIP to the legend, Stan Lee. He was the old neighbor in this movie.
Oh yeah. Tell me more about the ride. Did you get on this one?
No. This one wasn't around yet when I was there the first time.
Oh, okay. It will be a first experience for both of us.
Yes. I did see that Spider-Man was working like on some tools or something like that. Some equipment with Stark Tech.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is cool because like it's like one of his little spider thingies.
Oh, nice.
Also I like to start off by saying this Spider-Man is a menace.
I want to start off by saying.
Start off by saying.
You've been starting off by
second
saying
by
a lot
saying.
of
Second by
things.
saying. Yes, this Spider-Man's the menace. I agree with J. Jonah Jameson. This man was running through people's backyards, destroying their property, breaking down tree houses, breaking fences.
What? No, he wasn't.
Yes, he was. You don't remember the chasing scene? He was chasing the van.
No. What was he doing? Why was he chasing the van?
He was chasing the van to get the weapons from the Shocker. You don't remember that part?
I do not remember.
And then the Vulture grabbed him in the air when he was jumping to the van, and then the Vulture threw him into the lake.
Why am I not remembering this?
Wow. Anyways, yeah, this Spider-Man is just a straight up menace. Oh, also, we almost lost this Spider-Man because of the distribution rights between Disney and Sony.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I remember that was a huge thing, and you were so nervous. You're like, what's going to happen?
I know what it was after the second film, I think. And it was like a bunch of memes about it. It was like Iron Man didn't die for this.
Yeah. What?
Also, so I didn't tell you this the other day, but I was on TikTok, and I saw a video talking about how this Spider-Man is the most comic accurate Spider-Man. And then he started like pointing out the parts of it. I was like, you know what? He's got some pretty good points.
Yeah.
So,
Because of the way that he starts off with like, I remember that a huge argument with this Spider-Man was that he had it too easy. Like he didn't have that many hardships until the end.
but no, this Spider-Man did have a lot of hardships.
Yeah, but it wasn't until the end. At the end, he was all broken. He lost his aunt. But like at the very beginning, he wasn't. Like he was a kid.
He had high school hardships. That's what the guy in the TikTok video was talking about. He was like, yeah, he didn't have like the intense hardships that he has now in the comics. But for when he was in high school, it's kind of the same problems. You know, high school problems like Aunt May figuring out how to balance his schedule, this and that, you know.
Yeah.
So it was that kind of stuff. And in high school, he didn't know. Well, according to this guy in TikTok, which I don't 100% know. Anyways, that he didn't know Harry Osborn, Mary Jane, a bunch of different characters. Like he knew Flash Thompson, he knew Liz Allen, and a bunch of these other characters. But what I found interesting was how they used Ned Leeds, because in the comics he's supposed to be Hobgoblin, but in this he's the best friend of Peter Parker, and he doesn't look like Ned Leeds in the comics, but he has kind of the same characteristics as Gank Lee from the comics, but he's best friend with Miles Morales, the Puerto Rican Spider-Man.
That is very confusing. How come from all like the first Spider-Man movie that they made, his best friend becomes, because his dad dies and he finds out Spider-Man did it, evil and everything.
Oh, you're talking about Tobey Maguire Spider-Man?
Yeah, and they didn't do that here.
Well, I mean, you don't want to see the same story over and over again, right? It's a different story.
I guess, but what's the correct story per the comic?
I guess this. Like I said, I was not basing off, but I was listening to that guy's TikTok, and he had a lot of good points. I can't remember the TikTok now, or the username. But he's saying that these are the more comic accurate version.
Yeah, because of that. Like, was that one of the points?
Yes. Also, MJ is also an interesting choice to change her name to Michelle Jones instead of Mary Jane.
Yeah, it was pretty smart though. Like, it makes more sense. She looks like a Michelle more than
Mary Jane.
Mary Jane.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, like, see, there's another thing about modernizing it, and then she's more reminiscent to the original Mary Jane in the comics.
And her not needing, like, Spider-Man. Like, I feel like a lot of movies, they show the female being so, like, fragile and needing saving. And no, here she was actually assisting Spider-Man become the Spider-Man.
Yeah. I wasn't going to say. Oh, man, I forgot it. Oh, you don't know this, but MJ sucks right now in the comics.
What?
She's getting everybody mad because Spider-Man, her and Spider-Man were sent to a different dimension. Then she met this one dude, or they met this one dude, and they were able to get like a teleportation device working. Tony sent one person back. They pushed Spider-Man back in, and time moves differently in the comics, or not in the comics, in that universe, so time goes by faster. Spider-Man's being as fast as he can, gets the teleportation open again, but by doing so, he like messed up his relationship with a bunch of friends, teamed up with the bad guy, whatever. Anyways, got it open, gets her back home with this other guy too. Turns out she had kids with him.
What? I mean, how long was she in there, like, with her time frame?
These kids were like about maybe 10-ish, less maybe.
I mean, that is a very long time. What do you expect?
Come on, he was gonna come back.
None of the kid is 10 years old.
Spider-Man never gives up. But the comics love doing messed up things to Peter.
Yeah, I mean, that is so sad.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I like the way the third film ended, with him being broke, alone, and sad.
Yeah. And wait, does that mean that MJ is, like, really old compared to Peter?
She doesn't look that age different, but I don't know. I haven't read the comic myself. I just been TikTok comics on it.
Oh my gosh, TikTok is your resource.
It's my source for this. Yes,
It's your source.
for this complaint.
Okay.
Oh, and then I wish we got to see Uncle Ben, in this series. You know, I want to see a different take on Uncle Ben.
That was the other take. It doesn't have to be uncle. This one was the aunt instead.
Yeah, with great power comes great responsibility.
Oh yeah, that one has to be said in every Spider-Man movie.
And whoever says it has to die.
Yes. Sad, but true.
I remember people were talking about how in the third film they wanted Tobey Maguire to be not by the third film, but like throughout the series they wanted Tobey Maguire to be Uncle Ben for this new series.
That would actually have been so cool. But what did you say that someone told them that he looked like a frog, or he had frog features?
Oh yeah. Frank, why am I forgetting this actor's name? The person who was the son of Green Goblin in the original Spider-Man series said he had frog-like features, so they ended up having like a rivalry kind of thing on set.
Oh my gosh, that's so mean. But I can see it.
Yeah. Anyways, I don't think Spider-Man is not Spider-Man. Spider-Man is a menace. I don't think the Vulture was fully in the wrong in this movie.
No, why not?
Because, Tony Stark made this mess. I wouldn't say he made this mess, but still. Okay, so you know how it takes place in the beginning? It takes place during 2012's The Avengers, with the whole disaster going on and everything. And the Vulture is picking up all the mess along with his crew members and whatnot.
Yeah.
And so, he took out a lot of money to start this construction job. And then Tony Stark's workers or whatever were like, yeah, we got it from here. No reimbursement or nothing.
That's crazy.
And so he's like, you know what? The world's changing. Let's change with it. Oh, another point. Like I was saying before, how Spider-Man was left poor, broke, and alone.
Yeah.
He needs to stay this way for a while. I don't want to see him in high school anymore. I'm tired of seeing him in high school. We've seen him in high school 3 times already. With Tobey Maguire, it was the first one, which was fine. Then the last 2, he was his own person. Oh, was he in college in the third one?
The third one?
Yeah, do you remember with Venom and all that? I don't think he was in college in that one.
Yeah, he was.
Oh, yeah, he was. That's how he met Gwen Stacy.
Yeah, because I remember the... MJ was like she was in school for music too, or she was trying to become an artist.
No, she wasn't in school, but she was on Broadway or something like that.
Yeah, I remember. But I remember he was in college too, right?
Yeah, he was in college.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the second one he was in college too. Yeah, I'm done seeing him in school. What I love is the Spider-Man game. Oh my god, that one's so good. He's out of school already. He's his own person. And he has his own adult responsibilities and stuff like that. It's just so much fun.
Yeah, but like I feel like a big part about Spider-Man is that he is a kid and that he goes to high school, yet he has the responsibility of saving the whole world. Like that is the main idea of who Spider-Man is. You can't change that.
Do you know how long Spider-Man was in school in the comics?
No, because I don't read the comics, so I don't know.
He was in school for like 30 issues compared to like over 100 that he's been in. Thousands. I don't know. He hasn't been in high school long in the comics.
Oh, then why did they make them seem like that's how Spider-Man begins? I mean,
like he begins in high school, sure, but he's not there like for the entire duration of the comics.
Okay. Well then, they gotta show us the rest.
That's what I'm saying. He needs to be out of there already. Yeah, and then finally he gets to use his own tech instead of using Tony Stark's tech.
Yeah, I mean, that was sad though. Tony Stark was like his father.
Yeah, he was a father figure, little role model, but I want to see him use his own stuff. He's a smart kid.
See, kid. Keyword.
He's a smart young man.
Okay.
He's Spider-Man, not Spider-Boy.
Spider-Man. Spider-Boy.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Kid.
But yeah, because he's smart. Oh my god, what I love, my favorite Spider-Man, to be honest, is Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man.
Oh yeah, because he was smart. He was actually using all his brain power.
Yeah, like when you're trying to figure out how to fight against Electro.
Yeah.
I still love Electro's music in that one. That one's pretty cool.
Yeah. What I just remember now is that one scene when they put all the Spider-Mans together, and then they're all like, they look at Toby and they're like, so it just comes out of you?
Oh yeah, in the third Spider-Man film, the newest one that came out, No Way Home.
Yes, that one.
I want to get all the Funko Pops of those Spider-Man, especially Tobey Maguire's. He has the best costume out of all of them. Also, I want to get the new Lego set that's coming out in August.
Of course. All you think about is Legos.
That's not true. But anyways. That's all. I just want to see more of him being his own person. Like, I know in the first one he is trying to be his own person, but he still uses Tony Stark's suit and stuff like that. Like, I can't wait for him to use his new costume.
Yeah. That'd be interesting.
Like I said, he needs to be out of school. And then,
or are you just saying that because now you are out of school, so he no longer relates to you? You are out of school, so you're like, okay, he has to be out of school too.
No, I've always felt this way. He just needs to be out of school. I'm tired of seeing him in high school.
Okay, I get it.
And then Liz Allen, so his love interest from that, from the first movie, I only know her from I don't know her that much from the comics because that was like back then. Those were the original comics. I knew her more from the TV show, The Spectacular Spider-Man, which was a great Spider-Man show.
I never watched that.
Yeah, it's on Disney Plus right now. It's really good. Oh, and then there's an Easter egg for Silk. She's in the club. She's the Asian girl. I don't know her name. I don't think they ever said her name.
The Asian girl.
Yeah, she was the Asian girl in his club.
Oh, I don't know.
And then I love. So in the third film, you can see all their costumes compared. I don't want to see CGI costumes no more. I want to see them wear actual costumes.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen. Once they have the CGI, they don't have to worry about the actual costume.
Like, I love the idea behind his eyes moving around, stuff like that, and adjusting. But it just needs to be actual costumes. It looks just so much better. Especially, they also need to stop him removing the mask. He needs to stay anonymous.
That is true. They always find out who he is.
Always find out who he is. That's why he had so many villains in this movie. Because so many people knew his secret identity.
Yeah, but I mean, I like the CGI costumes. They're nice, and they can get a lot more creative. I feel like.
Yeah, it's whatever. Oh, I'm also glad to see Happy still in these films.
See, oh yeah, me too.
Cause he can't come out as Iron Man no more. You know, Iron Man's dead.
Yeah, and like I said, like this is like Ham from Toy Story. They're not side characters.
He is a side character.
No, they are main characters. They are part of the main story, and they have to be there.
I wonder if he's gonna come out again though in the new trilogy of Spider-Man because there's no more connection to Tony Stark, and Tony Stark is dead.
Oh, you're right. Maybe he's not gonna come out.
And then the principal in the movie, he comes out in the first Avenger as well, Captain America. He's one of the Howling Commandos.
Oh, well, that's interesting.
Yeah, but you see in the background is a picture of him, black and white, of his granddad. So it's the same actor, but supposedly that's his grandfather.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, I never paid attention to that or made the two connections.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And there are about 4 villains in this film.
4 villains?
Because there's the Tinker, the Vulture, the Electro. No, not Electro. The Shocker. And I'm missing somebody. Who am I missing? Oh, the Prowler.
The who?
The Prowler. He's Miles Morales' uncle, but he's also a bad guy. But he's Miles' bad guy.
Oh.
And then the cool iconic shot is him in the rubble. It's also like straight from the comics. It's really cool.
Oh yeah, you did point that out when we were watching it.
This movie is good. I do like watching this one.
Yeah, it was really good. I really enjoyed it.
I just cannot wait for the new sequel trilogy of him being broken alone still.
I think I remember you saying that. Like when that happened, you're like, "Oh yes, this is Spider-Man. Now he is the Spider-Man because he is broke and alone and sad."
Big time sad. Life just doesn't give him a break.
Again, are you just projecting? Is this
No.
how you feel?
All right, that's it. Then we're done with Spider-Man. And that's the end of this video.
Please like, share, and subscribe.
Thank you.